Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. Let's talk Fisker for a moment. Maybe for the last time. Who knows? Ticker symbol FSR. Let's just bring everything together and take a moment to think about where we are. As you can see, I'm not sharing Fisker on the screen because I use Robinhood and Robinhood aren't showing it. What does that mean? And what does it not mean? A lot of people are making assumptions, making decisions based on speculation, based on half-truths, based on a few headlines. As you know on this channel, it's not what we do. We're not trying to sell videos, not trying to get subscribers. We're trying to build a family based upon trust, honesty, and integrity. So let's sum up where we are and what's happened and what happens now. Because it's important, because we have thousands of people who watch this channel just for Fisker. We built a family around that company. We cover many stocks, over 100, but recently we've built quite an audience around Fisker. So let's be absolutely clear. Why are we here in the first place? What happened? How did I even get into Fisker? First of all, full disclosure, as you know, as I've declared countless times, I don't own any stock. I only own the S&P. I'm all in on the S&P. This is all of my money. 74,614. Another green day, looking good. Yes, as you can see, my portfolio is up, doing well. I'm only in the S&P, and of course I can share that with you on the screen. If I share with you here, you can see it says 99.97 actually, because I've just won a couple of Apple $5 gifts, so that's why it's not 100%. But if I go to my Roth IRA, you'll also see that account is also all in on S&P, 100%. Right, so there you go. Now, some of you have commented, well, how can you talk about Fisker or any stock when you don't even own it? Well, easy. Think of me as essentially a newsreader, a news reporter. I'm here to bring the facts. I'm here to bring a community together. I'm here to support, listen, entertain, find out the facts with our researchers all around the world, members in 58 countries, and bring everything together, a pool of information which we can dissect and we can find out about individual companies. But it's important for me not to own the stocks, not because I like them or don't like them. It's because that way I'm not seen as pumping and dumping stocks. I don't do that. I don't try and sell videos. I don't try and get you to subscribe. I mean, I ask you to, but it's not about that for me. I don't have training programs. In fact, our training programs are free. We don't charge for that with Ed Nevius. Everything is about building a community and so on. So the reason why I don't own any particular stock is not because I don't believe in it or I think it's rubbish or I think it's great, is I just want to be completely impartial because I'm aiming to be in TV media and interview CEOs, and we made a decision a few months ago just to own the S&P, and it was the right thing to do. Since then, I've had several interviews with CEOs and many more lined up in the future. It was the right thing to do. Was it the right thing for me to do? As in making more money? Well, honestly, it's a lot less stressful. I'm now focusing on the show as opposed to trading. But do I make as much money? Well, if I get it right, then I'd make a lot more money trading individual stocks. But if I get it wrong, of course, then I can lose more money. So that's kind of obvious. But that's why I am in and not in the stock. I want to be absolutely clear, because some people feel it's a bit like, why are you talking about it if you're not in it? It's no difference than watching the news and the newsreader is talking about a news incident but isn't actually in the war or in the disaster that's happening. He's just giving you the facts. That's my job. My job is to entertain, give you the facts, bring everything together, provide a community, and so on, not to pump and dump stocks and all the rest of it. So that's the first thing. Why Fisker? How did we get to Fisker? We got to Fisker like all the other stocks we've covered over the last 3 years, because people asked for it. There's absolutely no sense to me whatsoever in sitting here talking about a stock that no one cares about. People wanted to talk about Virgin Galactic for the last couple of years and still do, but right now it's not doing very much. We built the show around Virgin Galactic, and then we ended up with other things, Rocket Lab, and we've Tilray, and we've had all kinds of different stocks at certain periods of time has been the sort of the flagship. Over the last few weeks, it's all been about FSR and Fisker because it's been in the news and everyone's been interested in it, and I've been covering it. Obviously, my job is to speak to an audience, not speak to nobody. So if you want to talk about Fisker and everybody else does too, then we'll talk about Fisker. So that's why and how I got here. Now, where are we now? Was it right for you to buy the stock? Was it right for you to sell the stock? I don't know what you've done. All I've done is provide the information. My heart and generally goes out to anyone who's lost money. My friends, my family watch it every day, have lost money. No doubt about it. I know what that feels like because before I went all in on the S&P for the first 2.5 years, I was all in on every other stock. I mean, I had like a 100 stock portfolio, lost about 30 grand on Virgin Galactic, lost about 4 or 5 grand, I think, on Virgin Orbit. I know what it feels like to lose money. So my heart goes out to all of those that have lost money. However, we need to bring all this back into order and see where we are today, because many of you didn't lose money with this show, this family. There were, and there may still be, opportunities to trade the stock. And remember, I'm not advising you to be in any stock. I'm just bringing you the information that you've asked for. There's always opportunity to trade the stock. Many people made money on this show live in Virgin Orbit as it was being completely shut down, as it was being shut down completely, Chapter 11. We witnessed that and watched that, and then one day it was all done. Now, at the moment, Fisker is delisted from Robinhood, but let's be absolutely clear. The company has not shut its doors. It is not all over. Lots of people are reporting, because it gets them views and it sells newspapers, that it's all over, done and dusted. Now, as we've always said, and again, I'm not trying to promote the stock. I don't get sponsored by anyone to do it, whatever. Just bringing all the facts to the table. It hasn't been delisted yet. It's just not available on certain brokerages. I know some of you today have traded it and have made money. A few days ago, when it was popping up and down, there was opportunity to take profits, more than you could make in the S&P in a year, by the way. So you're not wrong for trying. It's like buying a lottery ticket. Just because I only own the S&P, is it wrong that anyone trades? No, it's the right thing to do in proportion. If you understand trading, it's the right thing to do to have a lottery ticket. As long as you don't have a million lottery tickets and maybe you have just one a week, that's okay. So there's always opportunity to trade a dying stock, even if it is dying. However, we need to be clear. People are reporting it's all done, it's all finished. It's not actually. Fisker have still got their plans for the end of April for that meeting. Now, it may or may not happen. I don't know. I'm not trying to suggest it is going to happen. I'm simply saying it's not been cancelled yet, all right? And exchanges have moved towards delisting Fisker. They haven't delisted it yet. It's just not available on some brokerages. Now, that's not good. Obviously, that's not good. People are saying it's inevitable it's going to go bankrupt. It probably will. It probably will, but remember the famous incident with Bed Bath & Beyond, which was bankrupt, done and dusted, and was still trading, and there was still action going on Robinhood. We witnessed people buying and selling and trying to get out of the stock all the way up till the end. So, need to be clear, this is not financial advice, and I'm not suggesting anyone, if you get a chance, jump in, trade it, and do whatever. But the fact of the matter is, we are here to bring the news, not headlines to get you to, react or subscribe or whatever it is that somebody might want you to do. Fact of the matter is, it hasn't been completed yet. Is it likely to? Is it likely to go bankrupt? Well, of course, it's not looking good. Anyone today who's saying Fisker's looking good isn't looking at the facts, but we need to be clear what it is and what it isn't. So that's where we are today. Now, right now, it's not on Robinhood. That's why I'm not showing it. Normally, it's on the screen over here, and I'm showing it. I can't. It doesn't exist on Robinhood. And if I can't show it on Robinhood, I don't, I'm not going to go somewhere else because I like to present consistently the same way. It's just the way I do things. So there we are. That's where we are today. Fisker is currently not on Robinhood. We don't know what's going to happen. We believe that there will be a vote on, I think it's the 28th of April. And obviously, if there was a vote and that did happen and we still were able to, then obviously people would vote to have it reverse split to get it above the requirement of the SEC. And then it would start to trade again. But of course, that meeting may not happen. It might not happen. So what do you do now? Finalizing this video, what do you do if you're in the stock? Well, if you have bought it through a brokerage that doesn't allow you to trade it, there isn't much you can do. Unfortunately, right now, you can't do anything. You're looking at a blank screen as if, as I am, if I'd bought it on Robinhood. There is nothing I can do. Nothing you can do about that. We knew the stock was in trouble weeks ago. We've been reporting on it, saying that it's likely to go bankrupt, but we don't know. It's not been good for Fisker for months, many months. However, there's been opportunity to make money, and many of you thought I'm going to stick with it. That was your choice, of course, but it's been extremely risky, like any penny stock, let's be quite frank, for a long time. So what do you do if you are using a brokerage where it's not showing? Nothing. There's nothing you can do. You have to just wait and hope it will come back up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Your money has gone. That's just the nature of it. And hopefully you've didn't go all in on one stock, and hopefully you've looked at Fisker like a lottery ticket, like it should be, and you've still got plenty of money either in cash or the S&P or whatever. You've got some balance. A diverse portfolio is essential. Hopefully you've got that. But if you haven't and you're all in right now, there's nothing you can do. Now then, assume then it does come back up on your brokerage. What do you do then? Do you sell it straight away? Do you try and trade it? Well, it's true to say, and many people will say this, if a stock is all the way down to 8 cents, 9 cents, whatever it might be, you can. It is possible to trade out of the stock suddenly by, 100% or 200% more at the new lower price in the hope to trade out. Yes, you can dollar cost average down. And I did that several times on Virgin Orbit, and I got some of my money out before it went pop. And then I got all of my money out. None of it was left in Virgin Orbit, but the value had gone down. But I did rescue some money. So yes, that is possible. That is possible. However, should you do it? Well, it depends on you. It depends on how you are with risk. If you buy more and it goes bust, which is extremely likely to do so, you'll lose even more money. But there's a lot of people who would jump in and try to trade that. But bearing in mind, you are competing with everybody else because nobody else thinks it's suddenly going to stay in and do well and pop up. So no one's buying it as an investment. Everyone's trading to get out. So you're in the same boat as everybody else. So there's a full summary of how we got here, my position, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. It's entirely up to you, but nobody knows what's going to happen next. Nobody knows. I would imagine right now, Henrik Fisker is trying to get support and funding and all the rest of it. But let's be absolutely clear. Henrik Fisker and the company, this is a limited company. They are protected. Corporations like this are limited from the owner. It doesn't really hurt Henrik Fisker. He's got egg on his face, but he's been bankrupt before, not him personally, but his businesses have gone bankrupt before. It's not going to hurt him. So you, as a retail investor, may have put all your money in it and you feel a lot of pain. You are really losing money. Whereas those that run corporations, LLCs, I'm an LLC. Martyn Lucas LLC is a corporation. If you are a corporation and you are protected, then if your business goes bankrupt, no one's coming around taking your personal assets away. They take away the company assets. So you as an individual retail investor might really be hurting today, and this may be very unpleasant for you, but it's not going to be as unpleasant for Henrik Fisker. He's still going to walk away. He's still got his house and his cars and whatever. Now, if he's attached some of those assets to the business, fine, they could be in trouble. But generally speaking, people who run corporations know that you don't link your private assets with your business, and you're okay. Now, that doesn't mean to say he's not going to be feeling upset about it, but he's not going to be losing all his money like you are if you are a retail investor and you've got no protection. So just understand that. I think that really covers it all. As I'm intending on putting this out as a video, I will just read out some of the comments. Courtney Smith says, yeah, you get your average down. There you go. That is what one person do. That's what Courtney's thinking. I have 10 grand down. I am $10,000 down. There you go. Then you're just going to lose all your money with a better average down. Again, there you go. Different ways of looking at it. What else have we got? Average down on a sinking ship doesn't get you out with money. You still have lost everything prior. That's a fool's game. There you go. That is another way of explaining it. I don't agree though, however, because I've done it and got out and made money from it. But remember, it's Russian roulette. You know, not everyone's going to win doing that. There we go. FSR trading back again on trading 212 for about 3 cents plus or minus 5 or 6%. There you go. It's back on trading 212 and money is being made 5 or 6%. And it is a race to the bottom, so bear that in mind. Never buying another penny stock ever again, and I'm getting out of Nikola very soon, maybe even today. Courtney Smith. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's have a look. Any more comments at all? Try FSRN, new ticker, says JJ. Should I just try that for a second? FSRN. No, that's not coming up for me. Okay. Thank you very much indeed, though, for it's good, worth trying. Hey, I'm watching. How are you, Mr. B Canal? I'm very well, thank you. Martyn, we lose you again. I might have to start getting my news from Boosh. Martyn, we lose you again. I might have to start getting my news from Boosh. We lose you again. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. JJ, you are right. FSRN over the counter. Okay, let's scroll down. Have we got any more comments here that need mentioning? FSR is dead. Short super micro. FSRN equals dead. Didn't mean to put the question mark, Courtney, no problem at all. Fisker down 75%. There was a 60% swing, however, today. There you go. There's exactly what I was saying today. If you were able to trade that, a 60% swing. Now, that may have been enough for you today to get out. Now is FSRN. Let me just try that again. FSRN. No, I'm not seeing it on Robinhood, just to be clear. Let's have a look. We got to Fisker because Vaz super chatted a review and asked for earnings covered. That's it, exactly. It was. I'm glad someone's remembered that. Would the best case scenarios that they get bought out? Just because they're bought out, if they go private, the investors don't necessarily get any money. So just bear that in mind. Yes, OTC market, but that's just because it has been below 1 for a while. Some funny comments coming in as well. Courtney Smith, still made me cry. Yes, I know what it feels like. I felt it. I've been through this myself before several times. Would the best case scenario be bought out? Not necessarily. If it goes private, like Lucid will, you won't get any money that way either. So just bear that in mind. The big money gets taken care of before you. So don't think you'll get your money out. Let's have a look. How liquid is FSR now? I've got no information at all to share with you. It's trading on over-the-counter, not on the NASDAQ, hence delisted from NASDAQ. They may try to get back on, but doubt it does. Exactly. They are trying to get back on, and that's what I've explained in this video. Fear and Loathing is looking forward to Joby, Archer, and Virgin Galactic. Let's move off this subject, FSR. There's an entire market happening while we are spinning our wheels on FSR. It's very true. There's always money to be made, but we are, you know, here for our viewers who are concerned, and I think that's important to remember that. I still have my shares in Robinhood, says Jay Long. Robinhood is on FSR, so FSRN, Jay said earlier. Robinhood is on FSR, as I'm not sure what that means. So the fact that they missed 10,000 delivery date isn't a good look for them either. No, of course not. There's a good penny stock too. Not sure what that means. Your shares can show up to a year after being delisted, but worth zip. Has happened before with Sears, and eventually they disappear. There you go. That's another bit of information for you. FSKN. FSKN apparently is the ticker. FSKN. No, that's not on Robinhood either. FSKN is the symbol now. FSKN. No, that isn't showing up for me either. Thank you for trying. Are you worried your channel's becoming a meme stop circus? Not at all. Not at all. I am not worried about that at all. I'm here to build a community and support people. I am in the S&P 500 only, as I've explained, and I cover many, many stocks. The thing is, because I'm live up to 10 hours a day, every day, then you think if you're with me for a couple of weeks, I'm all about one stock. I'm really not. I've been here for nearly 3 years, and I've covered hundreds of stocks. I've done reviews now on over 110 stocks. So to say I'm just in the penny stock circus, it simply isn't true. Anyway, let me scroll down. Any more questions? Cut your losses, says Loud Work, early and use what's left for something better. I did that with 99% of it, said Kevin B. Can someone help me understand what ETFs are and are they good or bad? Stacey Bailey, I will cover that for you at the end of this video. I'm trying to get through and do a FSR video, not a closing video, just a video nevertheless. FSRN. Okay, let's try that. FSRN on Robinhood. FSRN on Robinhood, looking at it right now. Well, I am looking at it right now as well, and that's not showing up for me. FSRN. No, that is not showing up. FSRN. Well, that's very strange. I am not seeing that on Robinhood. And just so we can be absolutely clear, look, I will zoom in to me typing it in. Look at this. This is me on Robinhood. FSRN, right at the top of the screen. Look, FSRN. As you've typed it in, and there is nothing there on Robinhood at all. No, not at all. Okay, there you go. So I wanted to clear up this video now and just end with this final thought. So there we go. Well, we just, spoke to the community here on the channel about Fisker. I hope that you're okay today. I care more about people than my own money, quite honestly. I've been concerned all day. I've been worried about not being able to be on air. So leave me your thoughts and comments below. Unfortunately, I can only reply to all the members, not because I don't want to hear from the non-members. I just can't physically reply to every comment. It's just not possible. I spend hours a day already doing it, and I can't respond to everybody. So if you do comment to me and you are a member, you will get a reply back. Those that aren't members, and if you do comment, I do read them briefly. I just don't get a chance to reply personally to everyone. I hope everyone's okay. I hope you've made your decisions. I hope this video has been of some use to you, so you have some plan, some strategy, some clarity. At the end of the day, you've got to learn from this. The fact is, I've said this over and over again, and I'll say it again at my closing thoughts. 80% of the penny stocks that are around today will not be around in a few years. Statistically, that's just the way it goes. So if you think that you've picked the winning one, remember, you've got an 80% against you, that you've got it right from day one. It's a very risky business. However, if it pays off, you can do much, much better. You can do what you can do on the S&P in a year, in a minute, on a penny stock. So does that mean you should have some? Yes, it does. But you need to manage it correctly, have a balanced portfolio, just like buying a lottery ticket. Don't go all in on one stock and think it's the greatest thing in the world, because the chances are you're going to lose. Just statistically, the chances are. But then there's always somebody that wins the lottery, right? Person that won the lottery didn't think it was a bad idea buying 100 tickets, right? Anyway, until next time, click above my head for all the links down below in the description. We do now have, hopefully today, this will be 24-hour stream. It's improving all the time. I'm adding to it all the time. If you want someone to talk to, if you want a family to listen to you and talk to you, this is me now live behind the scenes. This is hopefully going to run 24 hours a day, and you can always have someone to talk to. There'll be a few glitches along the way, I'm sure, but I'm building out the system and making it better all the time. So there we go. Until next time, click above my head, down below in the description, over here and over here. This was the day that Fisker potentially shut its doors, but it's not over yet. There's more to come. What will be next for Fisker? Until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.